So now that we understand why we need to accelerate, we want to see how we can achieve that. And for that, first you have to understand that up until now, or historically, the different actors that intervene in drug development, in clinical trials, have been working in silos and mostly continue to do so now. So we have academia and clinicians and researchers working alone in a silo. We have the regulatory bodies with the FDA, EMA on another side. We have the patients and advocates, and we have the industry totally separated. But all of them are essential for drug development, as you know. So what Accelerate does is bring them all together, because Accelerate is a multi-stakeholder platform. So we gather all of these stakeholders, all these actors, and make them work together. We sit them all together at the table discussing how to improve and accelerate drug development for children and adolescents with cancer. And in fact, we have been so successful since Accelerate began a few years back that we already have over 100 regulators being part of Accelerate, over 50 patient advocates, over 300 industry representatives, and over 500 academic researchers and clinicians, all of them working together. And very importantly, they work together as equal partners. Accelerate is not driven by the industry, in fact, is independent from the industry and funded by charities. It's also not driven by academia, nor by any of these actors. They are all equal partners. Another key feature of Accelerate is the international participation. And as you can see in this global map, we have a very good representation internationally already, of course, especially in high-income countries. And this is growing. You can see in blue participants from countries that joined recently in this year's annual conference. In fact, here you have a picture of our last annual conference, which was earlier this year. And here, not all the attendants are represented because they couldn't fit. There were so many of them. These two concepts, being multi-stakeholder and being international, are of course also represented in the steering committee of Accelerate. So as you can see, we have the representation from academia, from the patients' advocates, from the industry, and from the regulatory bodies. And again, they are all equal partners. You can see familiar faces for sure, because they are all very relevant in the field of pediatric oncology, working as equal partners towards the common goal of accelerating drug development for children and adolescents.